And since 1949, the South Korean government has given official recognition and honors to the patriots who fought for the country's independence. Women freedom fighters, though, account for only 2% of those who've been recognized. Roon-hee explains how that's now changing.
93-year-old Hahn Won-ju is the daughter of a woman named Park Duk-sil, who was an activist for Korea's independence. During Japanese colonial rule, Park not only raised funds to support the independence movement, but also served in an anti-Japanese organization. This year's Liberation Day is extra special for Han because her late mother has been recognized and awarded by the government for the first time.
I am very happy because my mother has regained her honor. Also, this award gave me a chance to learn about her specific achievements.
Starting this year, South Korea's Ministry of Patriots and Veterans Affairs eased the requirements for the award so that it could honor more women like Park, who only account for around 2% of the total number of patriots recognized so far. This means documents such as memoirs were admitted for the screening process. They took into account the fact that many women participated indirectly in the movement through activities like supporting their husbands. After months of effort, this year the Patriots Ministry and the Institute of Korean History and Culture found 202 more women activists, 26 of whom are to be honored by the government on August 15th.
Korean women provided food, clothing, and care for many people during the Japanese colonial period. We thought these kind of activities should be considered in the screening process.
And to remember the female independence fighters, groups hold a range of events throughout the country. One organization is the Memorial Society of Women's Independence Movement Against Japanese Occupation. They put on a theatrical play, painting a vivid picture of the crucial role women played as activists against Japan's colonial rule. Along with the South Korean government, this organization said they'll put on more such events in the future to share the woman's legacy with the public. Roon-hee, Arirang News.